I'm really happy on the inside, even though I look really tired on the outside.
Hello everybody, Skywarp33 here, and today I'm making a special milestone video because I finally made it to 5,000 subscribers. That's a big number, especially considering like 2 months ago or 3 months ago, I don't remember when it was, I just put out my 1,000 subscriber special, so that means I've gained 4,000 subscribers in just a couple of months, which is pretty awesome for me, and I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for that. So yeah, I'm just going to be reading a couple of questions I've gotten from you guys down below in the comments. Right down there. And also I'm going to be reading just a couple of comments that I thought were kind of cool alongside the questions. Also, I just wanted to say sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, so yeah, I'll do my best. David Mast asks, what was your favorite FNAF character that you made? Now, if we're just going off of the characters I've made, I would probably say my Anard cosplay, but if we're going out of just the puppets, I would say my favorite would probably be the Withered Foxy head or the Golden Freddy head I made. I really liked how the Golden Freddy's eyes turned out, and it turned out way better than I thought they would have, so that's probably the main reason I like him the best. So I'd probably say, for puppets, it would be the Golden Freddy head, and for characters in general, I would say Anard. Split Foxy asks, how long does it take to make each costume? Well, it kind of varies a lot because Anard took me roughly 6 months to make because he was very detailed, because he's sitting right over here actually. So, reason Anard took me so long is because I had to cut out each individual strip of foam, score it, and then heat it, and then also I had to seal it and paint each one, and then I had to actually build the whole costume, and there's hundreds of wires on this guy. But other costumes I've made hasn't taken me nearly as long to build because it wasn't nearly as complicated. Like Lefty, he surprisingly only took me about 2 months to make if I count building his head and then trying to build the rest of his body. So he didn't take me nearly as long to build as Anard. And those are the only real costumes I've made, unless you count the Sammy Lawrence mask, which was really just a mask and then the black bodysuit I already had, and then I made gloves for it and just like pants. So that one wasn't hard to do at all. That took me like 2 days to make the Sammy Lawrence one. So long story short, I would say it varies. Linda McVeigh asks, any future cosplays you want to tell us about? No, not really. Tech-Minecraft asks, what's your real name? My real name's Caleb. Brit Animations asks, also here's a question, how's Lefty doing? Is he feeling good? Well, let's ask him myself. How you doing, Lefty? You feeling okay? I forgot, he's just a mask. But I'd say he's probably okay. I'm dead inside. Carolyn Finder asks, how long does it take to make puppets? So I'd say it varies greatly depending on the puppet and how complicated it is. So Golden Freddy was the first puppet I made, and he took me roughly like 3 days to make, which wasn't too long, but it still took a little while to do. And then I made Yendo, which was originally going to be Funtime Freddy with actual faceplates. But that was taking so long I decided to scrap the faceplates part and I just changed it to Yendo. And he took me probably about 2 weeks to do because of all the wires I had to also cut and score and then glue on there and paint. Kind of just like how I did Anard, so that's probably why he took a really long time. Withered Foxy took me about a week to make, but I was spending like every day working on him. I wasn't really lollygagging at all. So he took me a very long time because I was working on him like every day of the week. And he's the most complicated puppet I've made so far because of the different shape of his head and whatnot. Because as you can see, Withered Foxy is way more complicated and larger than Golden Freddy. So that's why he took so much longer to do than Golden Freddy here. And then I wouldn't technically classify this as a puppet. Well, I might, but since his name's the puppet. But the marionette clay head only took me about a day to do, along with his arm. And I would kind of classify this as a puppet, even though his mouth doesn't move, because I could still go sort of like that. So I would say this guy only took me about a day to do. And that's really all the puppets I've made so far. Except for Withered Bonnie, who the head didn't take me long to do. It took me a couple days to do his head, and then since I built the rest of his body, or at least the upper torso, that took me about a week to make the rest of him. Mason Lewis asks, as someone who's tried methods like making jug puppets, which are essentially milk jugs cut in half horizontally with a cardboard flap inside, what would you say are the most important tips for making a DIY puppet? I'd probably say the most important tip for that would be to use cheap materials, because you don't want a super expensive thing to build out of just like high quality stuff. So like cardboard and things like that would be easy to use. And to sort of have like a general idea of how you want it to look, because you don't want to just like start building it without having anything planned out beforehand. So you want to kind of plan out how it's going to work and how it's going to move before you just start slapping pieces on it, because if you start doing that, something might end up breaking or getting in the way of the mechanics of actually the jaw opening correctly. So you really don't want to do it like that. So I'd basically say keep the idea sort of simple and plan ahead. Diverge Paints asks, can I have a shout out? Sure. Gum Games asks, hey, cool vid. Also, what about V4? I'm assuming when you say V4, you're talking about version 4 of my Minecraft Undertale map. Well, I've been super busy the past month and a half because I've been trying to finish Lefty in time for the convention I'm going to. But I'd say the map itself is a lot closer now to being done than it was at the start of the month, because it's roughly, Hotlands is roughly 2/3 done now. So once that's all done, I just gotta beta test it, and then I'll upload version 4. So it is on the way still, it's just I've been really busy. Lily the Star comments, Boris Puppet! Boris Puppet! I'm assuming you're asking me to make a Boris Puppet from Bendy and the Ink Machine? So I've actually kind of thought that I might try to make a Bendy puppet, mainly because I've got an idea on how I want to make a Bendy puppet, so I'm going to try to do that first. But if I have time afterwards, I'd love to try to make a Boris Puppet. That'd be cool. Steckle Productions says, this is beautiful. You've got your own antiseptic eye. My name is Warped Sky. Gina Walker asks, when will you do Color House Part 2? Next question. I'm just kidding. So, fun fact, actually, I already filmed episode 2 a really long time ago, and I was probably about 1/4 the way through editing it when I ended up losing the files, so I wasn't able to really, like, finish the video. So basically I really didn't want to go through and refilm the entire video again because I had actually lost the footage. So I kind of just stopped thinking about it. But I was looking around and I actually found the script I made for episode 2 that never got aired or never got finished. And if you guys want it, and only if you guys want it, I could do a separate video of me actually reading the script to episode 2 of the unaired episode of Color House. And as for the Color House, I'm thinking about rebooting it and just like changing the series altogether and like maybe making like an overarching plot or something, but I haven't really thought about it more than that. So if you guys really want me to make more Color House, be sure to tell me down below. I'd say it has to be at least more than 5 people wanting it, because it takes a long time for me to make each episode, plus I'd actually try to write up scripts for them and make them actually decent rather than the cringe fest episode 1 is. I can't actually watch it or else I'll die. Though, yeah. But it's at least not my worst video I've ever made. Okay. So yeah, if you guys really want me to, I'll make a separate video on me reading the script to Color House episode 2. So that was all the questions I had time for and actually got. So that was all the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video. I just wanted to say thank you again so much for getting me to 5,000 subscribers.
I'm really happy on the inside, even though I look really tired on the outside.
Also, one more quick thing. If you guys want me to do another Q&A in the future, be sure to leave me some good questions down below, and I'll do it eventually. And with that much being said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. God bless. I hope you have a wonderful day. See you at 10,000 subscribers. Bye-bye now.